And this actually connects really well with what Professor Alves was saying about Putin's motivations.
Okay, so let's dive into that a little bit. Professor Alves argues that, Putin is operating from this really long-term strategy, and that this strategy is rooted in Russia's historical anxieties and its strategic concerns.
Right. I mean, to really understand Putin's perspective, I think you have to go back to the end of the Cold War, and the subsequent expansion of NATO,
Hmm.
further and further east into what Russia traditionally considered its sphere of influence.
Right, and from Russia's point of view, that eastward expansion was a betrayal of promises that were made during the reunification of Germany, and they saw it as a direct threat to their security.
Absolutely. And, they feel like the West was essentially encroaching on their territory, even though, NATO has always maintained that it's a purely defensive alliance.
Right, but that history is really important for understanding why Putin is doing what he's doing now. I mean, he sees Ukraine potentially joining NATO as an existential threat because it would bring, what he sees as a hostile military alliance right up to Russia's doorstep.
Exactly. And I think from his perspective, Zelensky's resistance to a ceasefire is a sign that Ukraine is feeling emboldened by the West. And that kind of justifies his actions in his mind.
So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way.
Yeah, in a sense. And this brings us to another really important point, which is that Putin needs some kind of tangible victory to justify this whole invasion.